Holy shit, look at that guy on the wrong side of the highway. He's going to kill somebody. Hey! Hey!
What's going on? Joker wants to race. All right, come on, let's go, let's go.
Put your window down!
He wants something. He's probably drunk.
You're going the wrong way!
What?
You're going the wrong way!
We're going. Yeah, how could he know? Thank
Let's go, Captain Lindfors. Try again. Hey, everybody, is there a window open? I feel a draft. Wanted a kiss and call your mother. Oh, that was a good one.
Hey, prehistoric force.
Well, hello, everybody. It is Wednesday afternoon at 3 p.m. That means it's the Dennis and Andy show here to light up your day. It is hump day with Dennis and Andy, and we get you through the hump of the day. Welcome, everybody. We've got two guests coming up. But before then, I believe Dennis needs to bow down because in fantasy football, out of the 12 of us, someone is ranked above Dennis, and it's this guy.
Oh my God.
So you should just bow down right now.
So
just
the blowhard has started again.
Don't understand a word.
So when I say blowhard, so guys, for the first time in the history of our fantasy football leagues, multiple leagues over 15 years, after 2 games, the entire league is 1-1. That is right. We have achieved pure parity. Andy scored a couple more points than me and is just above me by the number of points. But to him, that's a win. And, you know,
hey,
it's all we can say.
1 through 12, somebody's 5, somebody's 4. And then, of course, my wife is 3. My daughter is 2. I can't remember who's number 1, but I don't care.
You don't care.
I'm just saying.
Wow.
Just bow down for the greatness. Dan Genovese in the house. Randy Howell, hello. Posted links like a madman. Leg kick. Sleeping psychopathy. Nicholas Gear, spaceman. Hello, one and all watching.
Nicholas Gear says, Dennis, ask him how his Cowboys did Sunday.
Oh, they're 1-1, just like the Packers are. B.A. Turner's in the house. And just like the Ninny Niners are also 1-1.
Wow.
Packers 1-1. Cowboys 1-1. Niners.
The difference is
1-1.
Our starting quarterback is injured. We're running like on fumes. We've already got 4 injuries, and yet the Packers have the same as the totally healthy Cowboys, who predicted that they were going to go to the Super Bowl like Cowboys fans do every year until the first game of the season.
I didn't hear any of those predictions, so I don't know what you're talking. I didn't make those predictions. I will predict the Packers won't be in it. I will say the Cowboys probably won't. And I'm willing to bet the Niners aren't going to make it to the championship game. Oh, I said it.
Oh, we got a Seahawks fan in the crew. Leg Kick says his Seahawks are 2-0.
Yeah, Seahawks. Who's their QB? Geno Smith. Is that who's QBing with the Seahawks?
Freaking Cowboys. That's right. It's just like the
American
Carolina wine mixer.
Team worth the most amount of money. Nice. Just saying. Anyhow, enough football talk.
Well, I was going to say one thing is, and for those of you that are in there, guys, for the first time, like ever, I think we are streaming live on Rumble at the same time. It looks like it's working. I got no error messages this time. So if any of you guys that happen to hop over to Rumble or in Rumble, I worked it out where we should be able to get messages from Rumble into our chat on StreamYard. So message me and let me know you're in Rumble so I can see something come through with the Rumble so we know if that's working. But guys, this is a big step forward. Been working at it all week, and it failed last week. And last week was like the Cowboys. So this week, it feels like the Green Bay Packers making a comeback.
It failed last week because I didn't set it up. I let Dennis do it. And that, my friends, is why you learn if you want something right. You do it yourself.
Oh, okay. You can set up next week's.
Okay. Not a problem. Sounds like a challenge, but it's really not that hard of a challenge. It's called reading directions. You should try it. Dennis gets furniture and it's like, what is this paper that shows me how to do it? I don't need this.
See, you notice
how put all this stuff
we
together.
went from a positive show instantly to flushing it down the toilet with negativity. Yes, that is Andy.
What?
Once again, I am the beacon of hope, the beacon of accomplishment, like the Packers. And then we have the Cowboy fan over here, how everything's negative.
I don't see how I'm negative about anything.
We spent too much money on. Lamb, we spent too much money on. Oh, it's about time Dennis got this to work. So here we go.
Uh-huh. I hear you. All right. Well, we'll bring in our guest. By the way, let me just back up. Joe says, oh, is that a bet? No, it's not a bet. I just know with the injuries your team has, it's not going. Joe, just sit it out this year. That's all I'm saying, buddy. That's all I'm saying. Let's bring in our guest. Hello, Aaron of Immortal Rising.
Hi guys. How are you doing? Sorry, I was just reading this awesome sword and sorcery book.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's got tons of hot babes and hot dudes if you're into that as well. So
I give you a golf clap for a great suck-up job. We love it. We love it.
I got it signed by two very handsome men. Yeah.
Yeah, and Andy.
Oh, I don't know what you're talking about. So how is everything going?
Things are well. It's a Wednesday, so it is halfway through the week. I'm just trying to get through it at this point. So yeah, I mean, well, and the campaign's going really well. So I hit the goal, and now I'm trying to get my first stretch goal.
Oh, good. That's cool. We'll get into that too. Hojo says, Dennis, you just got destroyed by Derek Carr.
I don't consider a 4-point loss destroyed in a foreign country. Yeah, don't care. I'm good with all of that. That first game, I said it way before the season. It's in a foreign country. It's on a soccer field, not an actual real football, American football field. I had a bad feeling. So it is what it is. I just didn't expect our Mr. Love to go and get injured for 6 weeks.
Did you see the Panthers bench Bryce Young?
I did. So that was a great trade with the Bears.
That's sad. Yeah, that's a sad thing that I feel bad for Bryce Young actually. So, and yes, I feel bad for Jordan Love because he's my backup fantasy quarterback. So, damn.
Now, no wait, Andy, you're a Detroit or not a Detroit, Dallas fan, is that right?
Yes.
Okay, but you live in like the Carolinas, don't you?
Yeah, but I didn't grow up here. I didn't grow up in Dallas either. I grew up in Maryland, so it was either be a Redskins fan, no thank you, and I went with the Cowboys.
And technically, Andy's never grown up, so I mean, we can just leave it at
fair.
that.
That's fair.
Well, I mean, I have grown up because
I mean,
over a man, I mean, goatee.
He is a full-grown man.
Yes. Yeah. Yes. Yes.
Whatever.
I'm assuming you hit puberty at some point, so
I'm trying. I mean, the pubes grow, the penis didn't, but you know
what?
Yeah, had to be descriptive.
Needle in a haystack.
I don't think your wife minds, so it's okay.
Well, we got one kid, so it did work for a little while.
Yeah.
At least once.
Yeah, at least once.
So, and then, well, you had to use the turkey baster for you to get kids. So, you know, hey, whatever works.
I got
That's what artificial insemination was back then. Little turkey baster.
Spaceman, Rumble Stream is good. Thank you. Love to hear it.
Nice.
But just after you're done, have her jump up and down a lot, and it'll help in Inception.
There you go. Andy is I'm surrounded by Redskins fans. See?
Yeah.
There you
Are
go.
They called the Redskins still, or did they go back to it? Or?
They're the Commanders, which they don't even own the trademark or copyright to, which means anybody could make merchandise using it, and they can't do a thing about it.
Yeah, I saw something on Twitter. I don't know if it's real or not, but the guy that the Redskin logo was modeled after, either him or one of his descendants, was like, "Hey, we want to put it back on there."
I mean, I've seen various things on like Facebook when I'm scrolling about how they're being sued to bring the name back to the Redskins and stuff because it was modeled after a real, you know, the logo was modeled after a real person and stuff.
Yeah,
but I'm always skeptical when I see that stuff. So I'm like, why wouldn't I hear about this someplace else? Why is it only showing up here?
Yeah, it's just the internet. Yeah, yeah.
So I don't know. I think they should bring it back, though. I think it's like knocking Aunt Jemima's face off the syrup and stuff. That that was there first.
Was the Land O'Lakes girl? Yeah. What happened to that?
Land O'Lakes, Native American.
Yeah, and it went to White Pearl. What's that? I mean, like
fucking colonization, dude. Colonials.
That's right. We took Land O'Lakes and kicked that Indian right out of her land as well. Yeah.
We'll take that.
Kick. My friend's stepdad played for the Redskins, so that dates when he played because they were still called the Redskins. Love it.
Wow. Now I want to know his name.
Yeah.
Joe Theismann. Just kidding.
Yeah. Oof.
Maybe it was John Reagan.
I was thinking
that was John Reagan's was.
If he came back and actually said John Reagan's, I'd be like, no way. I will admit, when I was growing up in the 80s there, it was a good era for the Redskins with Theismann, before the injury, and then Riggins and, the Hogs. That was good. But
yeah. Yeah, I lived in Virginia in the early 80s, mid 80s or whatever. And it was just Redskin fever during that time, especially with Theismann and all that stuff. I remember watching that game. It was a little traumatic when I was like 6. You know what I mean? But hey, he's up and walking around, isn't he? So it's all right.
James Yazoo Smith. He also played for Oregon. Look at that. Love to hear it.
Nice.
We have a relative of royalty in the house. Always love to hear that. Look at that. There's Kevin. Mr. I Get Censored. Oh, I love to hear that. Yeah, I saw his post.
He got censored.
Yeah.
He
got censored on X. So I hope you get that straightened out, Kevin. Apparently,
he's sharing misinformation.
Why aren't you on my live stream, Tucci? You're on speakerphone.
What live stream?
The one you're supposed to be on right now.
Yeah, he's in the title.
To last week.
Yeah, that was a long time ago. That's like a week ago.
Everybody can hear you.
Well, censored myself.
And I sent the link in the chat. So,
all right, bro. I'll be out.
See ya.
Now you heard it, boy. Oh boy.
Whose memory is?
I guess you have to remind him a day before and an hour before.
Whose memory is worse, Joe Biden's or Billy Tucci's? I have to save that for when he's on the show so he can hear it. Kevin got censored. Why would you send him a nude pic and tell him to post it?
No, he's I think he mentions it. They didn't tell me just manipulating the platform. They accused him of, I guess, manipulating the platform, and then they attached something to the account. I had never seen anything like it. If you go check out Kevin's X, you'll see it because he posted a screenshot of what they said to it. So,
wow, that's crazy.
Joe, I did not see any comment on Rumble through the stream here. So very sad. No, apparently that part is not working. So we will test that out.
Well, you should go to Rumble and see what he said.
Yeah.
You've got multiple tabs.
No comments showed up in Rumble.
Oh,
uh-oh.
No, and that's directly on there. So, Joe, if you actually hit enter on Rumble, it did not come through because it's not even in Rumble.
Oh, he says, okay, the comments aren't working. Okay, well, there you go. All right, well, you know, what are you going to do? What are you going to do?
Yep.
All right. Why don't we talk about, why don't you share your screen so we can talk a little Immortal Rising while you wait for Billy to get up.
That's right.
1 second. See if I can do this correctly.
I've got faith in you.
I'm glad somebody does. All right, let's do that.
There. See that? Oh, look at that. Beautiful.
Boom. I can't do something. My guidance counselor was wrong.
See?
Let's make that big. There we go.
Listen to them. Mine said I'd be a manager, and I said, like your husband, and I got suspended. So.
Oh.
Nope, comments are working. I saw Dr. Mask popped in there, and look at that, Tess. Those are working. So, Joe, you actually need to hit enter or hit the little arrow button to pop it up so it comes out, because I'm assuming 49ers fans have a hard time with that because nothing is actually on live stream.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, I went there, Joe.
He did. He saved me from going there. I had something all ready to go. All right, let's talk a little Immortal Rising. Give us the scoop. Fill people in. They've never heard of this before.
Sure. 1 second. I need to adjust my screen for a second. All right.
Daniel Russell says, I think I backed that. Well, there you go.
Nice. Yeah, so Immortal Rising is it is an epic fantasy mixed with survival horror. A little bit of survival horror, but yeah, it would be like if Final Fantasy and Castlevania came together, and you would have Immortal Rising. So it's basically, the story is about these 5 strangers who are abruptly pulled out of their daily life and thrown into a war zone, in a war that they're not aware of or what's going on or anything. They can't even speak the local language, so it's up to these five people to kind of not only survive all the monsters in the land, but also figure out a way to overcome their own differences and learn to work together as a team. So that's the main story. And then with Immortal Rising, it's actually 2 stories in one. The secondary story, it's about 10 pages. It follows the adventures of the Knights of Locutus. And these are basically like your god level characters in an RPG, right? And they're they're basically brothers in arms, right? Like a god of magic and a god of battle. And they are on a quest to fight off this evil empire of the Bamanites, known as the Bamanites, who have invaded a planet, the planet of Terra, which is where our main story group has been teleported to, or transported to. So it's up to them to figure out the main conflict of the story is the evil empire invades this Terra planet looking for an evil artifact to help them win the war against the Knights of Locutus. And it's all coming to head in one giant battle for everybody. So, which will probably hint, maybe spoiler, will be in issue 3. So,
oh, cool.
Yeah.
Billy, welcome real quick to the show.
Aaron.
Hi, Billy. Nice to meet you.
Yeah, Aaron, sounds great. I was in the back room because Andy Smith wouldn't let me in for the past 20 minutes.
Oh, please. Billy, we're good friends, and I don't like Dennis besmirching you. And he did say, I thought Joe Biden's memory was bad, and then there's Billy. And I was like, whoa, that's not cool, Dennis.
Wow.
I know.
Well, I'll just be like the Teamsters president, and even though 58% of my members are voting for Donald Trump, I'm just going to say the Teamsters are staying out of this election. I don't know if you saw that.
No,
really?
I didn't.
Yeah, the Teamsters took an internal poll today and released it. And it said 58% of their members are backing Donald Trump and 38% are backing Kamala Harris. And so instead of endorsing Trump, though, even though what's his name said that the president, I forget his name, said that he was going to abide by, by his members' wishes and the way they wanted to go. He decided that the Teamsters, for the first time in recorded history, will be sitting out this election.
Wow.
That's
so
crazy.
Really
No
go with
endorsement.
what his members said.
Yeah, regardless
Yeah.
of, I don't think they were expecting what the members said. And
Probably
the rank and file members are all, and every union guy I know, same thing. Now, I don't care who you're voting for personally, but every union guy I know, every single one, aside for some teachers, but they're like weirdos, right?
There it is.
There it is. Travis, for $2, hit the bell, Billy, and he did. Thank you, Travis.
Thank you, Travis. So they're all voting for Trump.
Well,
Yeah.
All the union guys I know are voting for Trump, except for a few teacher friends of ours. And they're weirdos anyway.
teachers.
Yeah, I mean, if you're at this point, if you're gonna vote for Kamala, then you have to be a weirdo, don't you? I mean, at least, or maybe you're not paying attention. I don't know.
I think they're deeply ingrained into their political ideology. They sold themselves that they hated Donald Trump. As soon as he came down the elevator, the day a week before that, they all loved him.
Yeah.
They're just too tied in. I had a fellow comic pro, a buddy of mine, texting me yesterday saying, arguing with me that both of Trump's, the two would-be assassins of Donald Trump were Republicans.
Oh gosh.
Oh my God.
Yeah, because the one dude, the latest dude, voted that way in 2016, but ever since then, he's been going off the deep end.
Right.
So,
right. Exactly. Crazy. But I'm here for Aaron. I'm here if I can promote my stuff. Hang out with Andy.
we'll do that.
So Billy, here's what we're doing. We're starting with Immortal Rising. Then we're going to have a little topic in between. And then we'll come in there with all of your wonderful Rocketeer stuff.
Yeah, let's do it. I had a
Very
great,
cool.
I had a great platform last night and on Monday on the Kings and the Bros. So Andy, please. I'm sorry, not Andy. Aaron, let's I'm here for you, bro, for that. For sure.
Yeah, go ahead.
That's crazy. It's nice to meet you, Billy. It really is.
Buddy.
So I remember when she came out in the early 90s and everything. And I think I was reading about you in Wizard magazine or something, and how you had gone from was it like fashion art into comic books and stuff like that. And I was just like, that's so cool. Like what a transition I wouldn't have expected to hear, Yeah. And then seeing all of your designs and stuff was really cool. I like it. She's great.
Children's wear too and stuff. That might be a fun book of all my children's wear designs.
Yeah.
There you go. Crowdfund. Dude, wouldn't that be funny if you did a crowdfund for that and it was the biggest one you ever did?
Oh my God. Oh my God.
Go back to your roots.
At that point, Billy's like, Debbie, no more she. I'm back to fabric school work.
That's right.
Hello.
That's great.
So but what was I saying? Geez. Forget it. I was going to tell some fabric school jokes and stuff, but okay.
That's all right.
I went to the Fashion Institute of Technology. I went to as an illustration major, but I saw that the fashion illustration majors, for the first 2 years you're all together. Then you either go towards general illustration or fashion illustration. So I went towards fashion illustration because general illustration, they pretty much taught you to use so much photo reference, like tracing, a lot of tracing photos, painting them, stuff like that. And with fashion illustration, it was always life drawing. It was all life drawing. And at the time too, though, but I'd rather be drawing smoking hot female models than fat, naked dudes that look like me, like the general illustrators had to do in their life. So
nude model, hot nude model or
and I get
fat,
girls,
sweaty guys.
girls like that to like post for me. I'm like, Debbie, you know, I'm like, honey, you got to post for me, or I'm like, I need you to post. They're like, okay. And then I did I was like a paperback romance novel as the artist, you know.
There you
go.
Anyway,
that's one way to get girls. I like it. Wish I'd have thought of that.
Pygmalion. I shaped them into wondrous things. Anyway.
Very nice. All right, so I guess I'll go through Immortal Rising, the campaign, kind of quickly. So I've got these 2 premiums. I guess I'll see if I can just show real quickly. I have 2 premiums. One is done by Corey Barton. He did the Blue Girl cover. That's cool. the Empress of the Evil Invading Empire, right? And then Jimmy Reyes did the Brute, the Brutish Ogre, for issue number 2, with colors by I think it's Andrea Gardino, who does role-playing game coloring as well. So that was pretty cool, teaming them up. And those are together. You can get both those together for $35. So I mean, it's basically at cost. And then if you are interested in maybe floppies as well, or you don't have the $35 plus shipping, I'm also selling floppies of issue 1 and issue 2 separately as well as together. Oops. I'm selling the 2 floppies at $10 as a perk plus shipping. So, and that will have, those are covers by Jose Garcia, who also does all of the interior art. So he does all of my interiors. So yeah. And,
Jose's great. He's got that real nice anime style.
Yeah.
I was going to say animated, but it really is because of his influence. It's more anime.
Yeah, right. Well, and he worked in animation studios for I don't know, 10 years or something like that. I remember when I met him, I was like, yeah, what are your qualifications? You know, and he sent back like a paragraph of all the studios he'd worked in. I was like, okay, well, that makes sense, you know? So yeah, we definitely started working after that. Cool. But on top of the floppies, I also have these 2 ash cans. These 2 ash cans, the black and white one we did together for Arrow Comics. They did an anthology. Out of Obscurity. And what this one is the idea was to find an old story or hero or villain and, you know, just retell the story like a one that was in the public domain, right? Mm-hmm. And so I don't know where I found it or why it spoke to me, but I found this drawing of this crazy mad scientist character, and I was like, you know what? I kind of read through the story. It was from the 40s, and I was reading through it, and for some reason it grabbed me, and I was like, I want to do that one. And basically what I did was I turned it into a story of these the last 2 humans pretty much on Earth in the future, a dystopian future, where the world has mostly been taken over by a bio-nanotech virus and is turning everything machine. And so unfortunately, the girl has contracted the virus, and so they go to the original spot where the scientist who created the virus was last known to be. So, which was in a skyscraper in San Francisco. So that's where the name "The Tower Time Forgot" comes from, and their whole quest is to find a cure before it's too late for her. So, and then the other ash can is it's a one shot. It's another short story that was in Anvil magazine. That one it's in the Immortal Rising universe, but it doesn't have anything to do with the main story. It's just kind of like a side one shot. And that one is about a magical warrior who confronts a evil cult and to save a girl's life. When he gets there, he finds out that the girl's soul has been stolen into the spirit world. And he goes into the spirit world after her to save her. So, and that's where he finds the big demon. So, yeah.
Real quick, cool. See, Dennis, you can learn things from these stories. One, about how a man would act to save a woman. These are things you should read.
Yeah. What do you mean? I save you all the time. That is literally what you just said.
I don't think so.
Mic drop. So over the years, I've been at this for a few years. Here is my team. I don't think I missed anybody, but yeah, a lot of different hands have been on this. This here is the Everything Immortal box. This is my big dog. This has everything included plus a shirt. I've got 2 different designs that you can choose from. But yeah, I've got the Corey Barton Blue Girl cover because everybody loves the Blue Girl, and which is why I ran with it this campaign. And then I also have the other design is it's from a panel in the book where it's the God of Battle just standing there in his armor and his sword and everything. It looks badass. So I was like, let's put that on a shirt. But and all of that is for $100. So nice crisp $100. So if you go to the campaign page, you can go through. I've got kind of a continuation of from the first one. I catch you up if you read the first one, especially. I catch you up kind of like where the main characters are emotionally, and having dealt with all the trauma from the first one, and where what their challenges are coming up in the second book. So
right.
Very cool. Yeah, I could have swore when we had you on the first time, I swore I backed it, but I always go back and double check because I keep all of my Indiegogo Kickstarter books and boxes right on top. And I'm like, it's not here. So I had to do your catch up tier where you got both of them put together.
Nice. Wow. Awesome. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you for backing.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
Good.
So, and if you want to maybe an even more smooth pitch, you can also go to the campaign page, and maybe I do a little bit better with my actual typed words instead of my speaking words. But yeah, and kind of go through some of the art. I mean, if you know Jose's work at all, it's just his coloring has really come to a new level, and I think it shows a lot in this book. So
yeah. Now, like I said, his stuff. I mean, the nice thing about his stuff is you can, from his animation background, you can just visualize this as a anime cartoon. It really,
I hear that really all the time. Yeah, it's like people who have read the first one before I even launched this one. They were kind of doing reviews, or I talk with them and stuff. They'll be like, "Man, it's like it's like reading an anime. Reading an animated movie." So just like the way.
You remember the old Marvel cartoons from I think it was the 60s or 70s, where it was very limited animation.
Like, yeah.
You could tell it was a static figure they took, and then they just moved the arm or something.
Or just the mouth. Yeah.
You should see if with Jose's background, man, you should see if he could put like 2 to 3 minutes together and what that would, basically run.
Dude, that would be really cool with that style.
Yeah,
I agree. I'll tell you what, if I can get to 10 or 20 grand, then I'll consider that.
Yeah, I hear you.
Randy's asking if there's going to be a digital tier for the overseas customers.
There will be a digital tier. I didn't include it on this one because I was running a little behind, a little lazy on it too. But I'm thinking about putting that on like Global Comics or something like that. I try to build up a presence on Global Comics, and that'll most likely happen after the physical campaign closes. So once I get all my ducks in a row. So yeah, I mean, look at this though. Here we've got a little bit of an intro of a bad guy, which is nice.
Yeah.
Because in the first one, the guys, it's kind of like the villain is the environment that they're going through. It's not necessarily another person. And in the second book, we actually get introduced to potentially a villain, at least going forward into the third book. So here's some more awesome ogre
campaign, man. It's a great looking campaign.
Thank you very much. I was actually going to launch this back in the beginning of spring, but as I got closer to it, I was kind of like, it was a lot of anxiety and tension. And I'm like, I've done this before. Why am I so much anxiety? And it was just like, you know what? I need to learn how to make my own graphics, so that I can make my own campaign page without having to rely on anybody else. So I asked my buddy Chris Fisk, who does Infinitel Chronicles, to teach me Photoshop. And so I spent a few months, in my spare time learning Photoshop and creating the campaign. So hopefully the third one will come along a lot faster.
So Daniel says, and I think he just might have missed it. He says, is this on Global Comics? Not right now, you said, but
not
you're
yet.
looking at down the road, it will be.
Yes. Yeah. Once the physical campaign is closed, I'll be selling it on Global Comics.
Okay.
Is the idea.
Cool.
So
Cool.
Way cool.
There's the cover you guys used for the ad.
Yep.
Nice.
I love
Yep,
that.
it is.
So this is actually the cover to the second Knights of Locutus story. So here you've got that battle, God of Battle, and the God of Magic right here. And this one's a little bit of explaining a little bit more of the, because the story is kind of like a Clash of the Titans, where you follow the story of the gods and the low level guys, right? Like the Perseus in a way, and so you get the kind of juxtaposition between the two, which is I've heard a lot of people really enjoy that, which makes me happy. But look at this.
How many pages is this new one? I don't know if you said.
Is it 24?
So the main story is 34 pages, and then the Knights of Locutus side story is 10. So story pages is about 44, but all together with extra art, like there's like a map and stuff like that. It's roughly 50 or something like that. So
nice.
Look at that one.
Oh, that's cool.
It looks awesome.
Yeah, wow. Dude. And then so I kind of went ahead and I sent Jose the script for the third one. He's already done the preliminary sketches, which I'm dying to show people, but I can't. So yeah. Here we go.
So then is the second one complete on his end?
Yes, it's all finished. It's been in my hands for a while. I went back and I tried to redo some dialogue, move some balloons around, and things like that with my new Photoshop skills. And
yeah, so, when do you expect to deliver?
So the campaign goes, I think, for one more month, roughly, maybe 28 days, something like that. And then, I'm allowing myself maybe a month to deal with any printing issues. And then I'm hoping to deliver in December before, I want it there by Christmas so that customers can be like, ooh, a nice Christmas present. So cool. On the campaign, on top of all that stuff, as an add-on, this is for the collectors and for anybody who has, more funds who want to give more to the campaign. This is very limited first Immortal Rising edition. This one was actually I did with an amateur artist. My first time out, was originally the story was going to be for me and my close friends and family and stuff like that. But during the process, that's when I met Jose, and he did the first Knights of Locutus story. And long story short, I was like, "Hey, Jose, will you do me a favor? Will you redo issue 1 for me so we have continuity of art?" And I could sell it to a wider audience. Cool. So but I do have this original. I call it the original Immortal add-on. This cover was actually done by the same mural artist who did my backdrop, Dave Barnum. Yeah, he's a good friend of mine. That is
a real painted backdrop behind him, not a green screen.
Yeah, we thought it was a green screen.
Really?
Yeah, my buddy, he does mural paintings. He does mural paintings for like cities, museums, firehouses, that kind of stuff. That's awesome. He wanted a cool project to do, and I was kind of I wanted to redo my show, and so my YouTube channel, I interview and stuff like that, and review and whatnot. But I wanted to give it a story, right? So the story is that all these guys out here bitching about Disney is killing everything you love, and I'm like I'm kind of tired that those guys are the main voice in the space, right? In the cultural space. And so I was like, I created this character called Black Chad, right? And Black Chad is a demon of despair, where he's happy that all these guys are making everybody feel like shit and stay angry indeed, right? And so he overhears, I have the whole intro video. He overhears me, talking positive and saying, guys, we need to basically fight back and stay positive and shit. And so he captures me and he casts me into this dungeon to make sure that nobody else can hear me. And so to get back at him, I promised to continue to review indie artists and creators and even the bad ones, just to get back at him. He's like, even the bad ones? Yeah, it's funny.
Nice.
Anyway. Yeah. So here's on the campaign page. I've got like a side by side.
Hello. Nate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jose and the original artist, who unfortunately I've lost contact with, but I don't know. He was having hard times. He lives in I think like the Philippines or Indonesia. I think it's Indonesia.
Oh, okay.
And the government kept shutting off the internet when we were working together, and because of political unrest or whatever.
Sure.
And so it took a while to get it all finished, but yeah. So yeah, that's for anybody who wants to complete the full, wants to get everything, all of the extra stuff, and has the extra money, because I printed out 100 of these. I think I've got maybe 80 left. I've even sold 1 or 2 on this campaign, so people are buying them. And if you would like, actually, I want to show you guys something.
Sure.
This is it's on topic. Here we go.
Oh, look at that. You got a little CGC there, or CBCS. I like it. That's who we use too. 9.6.
Yeah. So some friends at work knew that I was doing the first one, and they came together and they paid for this to happen. They got like, I don't know, probably 6 of them CGC'd and gifted me that one. I didn't know they were doing it. It was so nice of them. So
That's
yeah,
very nice.
I keep that one close by. But anyways, and then here's the ash cans. Kind of go into the story of the ash cans, and you can see a little bit of the art. I mean, like you see this. I don't know how well you can see it down here, but it's just amazing. And then Jose's black and white work is on full display in the Tower Time Forgot. It's so cool, dude. Man, I want to just do black and white stuff with them just after seeing this. So anyways, I guess that is my pitch. So if you are interested in a extremely unique fantasy story, if you've ever played D&D and you miss those days, maybe you can't play anymore, or you just want to see how another table's world developed, buy Immortal Rising. If you've ever enjoyed Dragonlance novels or Forgotten Realms, buy Immortal Rising. It's exactly the same vein. Same thing with Final Fantasy games. You like those? We've got a little bit of flavor of that in there too. So,
well, that's a good tie-in. You should refresh your screen, Aaron.
Sure.
And then that'll tie in with the next topic. Look at that.
Very nice.
Backers. So love it.
Awesome.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you. Whoever backed. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. At 3,500, I'll be adding a chibi sticker of the blue girl, the Empress. So almost there.
Oh, cool. Very cool.
All right.
Let's do this. So, guys, go check that out. The link is in the description below. Before we bring up this news thing, Billy, do you think your quarterback for Miami should retire?
Well, he already did retire, but he just came back into the NFL. He was an analyst. He spent just 2 short weeks as a color commentator, but now Tom Brady is wearing number 12 for the Miami Dolphins.
Wait, are you serious?
You didn't see that?
No.
Yeah, man. He just hired him.
No. Fake news.
Fake news. Pull it up, you liar.
Misinformation.
Right, I'll pull it up right now. Weirdos, you want to see?
Yeah.
All right, I'll show you. Think I'm freaking.
I
sleeping.
Heard a rumor of that.
Understand me, man.
Sleeping psychopathy was asking how to get the ash cans. Those are in the everything box.
Yeah. Hold on.
Let me find it. Hang on.
No, it's okay. I'm just gonna pop it down. Remove.
And Nate 313. Yes, it does. It is comic format. It was just I wanted it to feel like a fantasy novel. So.
Sleeping. Yeah.
Wow, if you have to search that hard, it's not
I'm trying
real.
to find a good. I'm trying to. Here it is. Okay.
Trying to find a good fake article.
Here, I'll type it in.
Wait, is this the Babylon
shit? Yeah,
Billy, the Babylon Bee just jokes. You know that, right?
Here you go.
It's parody.
There you go. I'll share. Can I share my screen?
Yeah,
of course.
All right, here you go.
Oh,
James Woods, biblical.
Nice. Oh, of course it's James Woods.
Great. He is great. You see
number one, just tell number two who is boss.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
right.
And there goes your pagers.
And
That is supposed to be a pager.
Oh,
It's supposed to be the pager. It like I think it's I don't know if it's a photo from it.
wow, pagers, boy.
Yeah,
too soon.
did you actually see the video of that?
Oh my God, it's awesome.
Well, you saw it today. It wasn't pagers. Today it was walkie-talkies.
Yeah,
Oh, it was?
Yeah, round two.
yeah.
No way.
Yeah, they figured the
Thousands.
same number of casualties and
Yeah.
stuff from the walkie-talkies.
So they bought
Man.
them from so they bought them from like a Chicom.
From Taiwan.
Yeah, was it Taiwan? Okay, so
Yep.
they bought from a company in Taiwan that got them via Israel. And there's all funny things like the Babylon Bee says, you know, it should have been a warning sign when they bought it from Levi Schmulman's discount store outlet, you know.
Levi Goldberg.
Yeah, Levi Goldberg's discount.
So,
booster.
Billy, Dennis D's asking, are those deer mounts your trophies?
Yeah, there's some friends I have. There's some of my smaller deer. My bigger deer are downstairs in the family room. But yeah,
Wow, look at that.
Oh, hold on. You know, you can do that.
Oh, well done.
that's part of. And I got my Battle of Britain wing over here. If you go,
Oh,
my ducks, we swing there.
Oh, I love that.
Got a bunch
That's
of
cool.
Messerschmitts.
yeah, Messerschmitts, and my wing fell off my berry battle. So a Rocketeer stuff going on there.
yeah, that's cool.
You know, it's fun. Andy, you got a great studio. Fun.
I try.
All this stuff. And the funny thing is like, right, when you guys have it, like, so say we have people over, they'll come over and all the guys hang out up here, right? We're all, you know, and they're like, man, I wish I could do this. I'm like, dude, you can. What's stopping you?
Yeah.
You can buy
Yeah,
toys
what's
and
stopping
stuff like that and have collectibles and action figures and, you know, things like that.
That's right.
And he has to be able to shoot.
You got to be able to shoot. Yeah, for sure. For
So
sure.
when do you go to Baltimore? Do you drive tomorrow or Friday morning?
Yeah, tomorrow morning we want to leave so we can set up Thursday night. I got, you know, Isaac's coming.
Oh yeah.
So Isaac's going to come and help me, and I don't need a lot of help, but John said I don't know what the hell John's bringing. He's got like 4 cartloads of stuff, so I told him to call me.
Dang.
And we'll help him bring his stuff in.
You saw how big his and Shane's banners are, right?
No, I
Did you see
didn't.
Oh my God. Just go to one of their X accounts
Okay.
and go through the media. So you can just go through the photos they've posted. It's been a couple of weeks, but dude, they're huge. I mean, they've got to be like 12 feet across and like 8 feet high. I mean, they're huge.
No way. Let's see it. Media. Where's media?
On his
And-
profile,
okay,
it say
that's how
media.
you find photos.
What's that?
That's how I like this one that Shane shared. Let me share this bad boy.
Sure.
You want to share my screen?
I
Oh no,
will.
I got it. Sorry, let me do it.
There it comes.
Oh yeah, dude.
Yeah.
I saw that too.
Says new
Oh.
movie with Sydney Sweeney has threesome relationship. Shane's like, let's fucking go.
That's right. Works for me.
Works for me too, old chum.
So,
Yeah.
Billy, they're asking, have you ever been to the EAA?
I don't know what that is.
The largest air show, I think it's in the entire world.
Nope.
I
I've been,
know it's in the
I've been
country, Oshkosh, Wisconsin. It's
it's Oshkosh. Oshkosh is the
Yeah,
Experimental
Yep.
Aircraft Association.
yeah, never been.
Yeah, that's where all the warbirds come in. The B-17s are out there. That's where I got to see my first one, F-117. The B-2 flew over, you know, back
Nice.
in the day. We used to get flight line passes for all the warbirds. It's great stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That is
if you're into that stuff, it is the place to go.
Oh yeah, I've got. If you look here, I got my spit. I'm a huge warbird fanatic.
Yeah,
So
me too.
here, I got my Spitfire up there. Look at the mess on my work.
That's cool.
And now I got to wear glasses. Alcohol.
Oh, good. It's rubbing alcohol. It's not like P. Diddy lotion.
Well, it used to be vodka, but thanks, Biden. Now I got to drink this.
Yeah.
That's right.
You graduated.
But no, I've been to Reading, the Reading Air Show a bunch of times, and I've been to Sun and Fun a bunch of times. Got to meet the Tuskegee Airmen. I got to meet some of the Flying Tigers. This is going back 20 years or so. But I made my film Some Trouble of a Serious Nature, which was based on which revolved around a Corsair. So I actually used.
Yeah. So when's that film coming out that I've only asked you about repeatedly for the last year?
I have the hard. Okay, so I have it on DVD, but I have the actual hard drive. I got to be able to take the hard drive files off of the existing hard drive and put into something smaller so I can use it and share it instead of just sharing the, because the DVD will be like a second generation, or third generation. It's not going to look that great.
You know, I bet Mr. Blevins, who's not on today, I bet he could help you with that.
Niall Scala is the techie guy, and he couldn't figure it out. So I have to bring it to these guys.
Oh, he was going to be my second choice.
Yeah. By the way, there's his banner.
Oh shoot!
Whoa, holy
dude, that's on his porch. I mean, how big does that thing look? That thing's got to be like, it's almost the height of the ceiling, so that's at least pushing 7 feet.
Shane's house is 6,700 square feet, so he lives in a nice, like in your neighborhood, and he lives in one of those manses, those antebellum type of
So John's banner's the same size. They got the matching,
That's funny.
Huge.
That's like a 10 by 7 foot.
Yeah, you have to take a picture of their. Well, I'm sure they'll take pictures. So
I'll do it. I'll get in early and I'll do it.
Yeah, no, that's freaking cool. So
I
kind of wish we've got a show here locally on Saturday. I told Dennis, I said, if it wasn't for the fact we committed to that, I'd say let's get a cheap hotel and drive up for an overnight. But
EAA 600,000 people this year.
Wow. And air shows are something, man. I mean, I think one of my biggest thrills of the air show was seeing 2 German F-104 starfighters, which is my favorite jet fighter.
Nice.
They were there and they were performing maneuvers and stuff and just screaming, 50 feet off the deck. Wow. Awesome. Just tiny little rockets. If you guys ever saw, was the right stuff? That was the jet that Jaeger used at the end.
Yeah.
To climb for like 120,000 feet or something like that.
Oh, insane.
One of my favorites was they had a F-100, was an F-86 versus a MiG-15, and they went head to head overhead. It was fantastic watching those guys go.
I love the F-86. I love it. The MiG, F the MiG and all that rusky stuff. Sorry,
wow.
Fan of the Soviets or the Chi-Coms. But speaking of Soviets, the star, my Rocketeer book actually revolves around a Soviet sniper, Lyudmila Pavlichenko.
You mean this one?
That one?
Yeah.
Yeah. So give us the rundown. How did this just come about in the first place as the project? I assume I know it was put out as like. What, an anthology originally through IDW?
Yes. Well, as you know, I'm a huge communist sympathizer, right? So,
I know.
Politburo came to me, and no, it was they were putting together. Scott Dunbar was putting together, who formerly of IDW, was putting together a charity book with Operation USA, to do a book to actually. Help raise money for the refugees of the Russo-Ukrainian war. Nothing political, just to help these refugees, because you see, like, they were just invading Poland, and they were just taxing and stuff on the local economy and all, and they ended up raising like $177,000 or more. That all went to these refugees, these poor people. So he asked me to do a story to contribute. And then he called me and said, would you like to do the Rocketeer? Because Scott knows the Rocketeer is my favorite character. Dave Stevens, Joe Kubert, Walter Simonson. They're like my comic book heroes, those guys. Sure. Probably my top 3 comic heroes. So I was like, of course. So he spoke to Jennifer Stevens, Bachum, Dave's sister, and she gave us the approval. And the book was one of the short stories in it. It was a lot of pinups and all. but it did win the Eisner Award for Best Anthology, and I'm honored to have been to play a small part in that.
Yeah.
And then we just talking. I was talking to Scott, talking to Jennifer, because people have been asking me because the book sold out. So they've been asking me for it. And I'm like, so I call up Scott, and texting Jennifer, spoke to Jennifer, like, why don't we put this book out as a small 32-page art book and see if we could raise some money for the Hairy Cell Leukemia Foundation.
Yeah.
Oh, that's nice.
It gave Stevens' name. We're going to give a portion of the of the proceeds to it, because I can't give it all. I got to make the book and stuff. But and she thought it was a capital idea, Andy. Capital. So we're putting out this small book. It's on Kickstarter and Indiegogo. It's a very short campaign, about 20 days, because this will be going to press in the next 2 weeks, or it'll be finished by the time we get our numbers. We'll go to press.
Right.
I think we've got 2 weeks, or I think we have 14 days left to the Kickstarter campaign. By then we'll know our numbers, and then we'll pull it down from Indiegogo as well, and get those out to everybody. It's a book I'm very proud of, and it's a fun book. Like we were talking yesterday on the Bros, Andy. You do my script process, so I show my script pages, my roughs. I love black and white roughs. I love to get an insight into the creative process. Then of course you'll see my pencils, my inks, and then the final colors. And you know what? Then we'll have stuff. We'll have a tribute to Dave. I'll talk about Ludmila Pavlichenko, who she was. And again, if we could make this little comic, make some money, and give some and give some money to the Hairy Cell Leukemia Foundation, I think it'd be a nice project, and something out there that I think everybody will enjoy. Something I'm really super proud of.
Yeah, I love stuff like this, seeing the behind the scenes and all that. And I didn't get the original. I didn't even really know about till it was too late.
Yeah, that's the thing. I mean, they did raise a lot of money, and we would buy them. I would buy a bunch of them and then sell them for them too at conventions and stuff. But they're gone. I think they're gone. They did it through Zoop.
Okay, that's probably why I didn't know anything about it.
Yeah, and I promoted it and stuff, but it's still, it went for a good cause. Operation USA is an amazing nonprofit. The man that runs it, his name escapes me, and I don't know why. What a saint this man is. I mean, he really is. I think he's an attorney out in California, and he's just a saint that goes and raises money for these people that are stuck in war zones or been displaced by war and famine and things like that. He's raised millions and millions of dollars, and he's a very humble, quiet man. And
Dennis was telling me that at night his house is like a war zone. Would he qualify for any help? Because he just has it coming at him every direction at home, he says.
Yeah, I don't know. I got to tell you, I think being married, I think we're all veterans of that.
Yeah, that's true. Dennis doesn't have a separate bunker like I do above the garage. So
yeah, that's true. Yeah, I have only up here too. I'm up here. I can escape, but there's no escaping from the wrath of
seriously. Do you ever? This is Aaron. Forgive me if you told me previously and I forgot. Are you married or?
I am not officially married, but we basically are married. Yes.
Okay. So you're at home, you're just by yourself, whatever. And then you hear the door open. You're like, oh, she's home. And then it slams. And you're just like, I should probably stay upstairs.
Yep.
I don't think I should go down there right now.
Yeah. Taking fire. Watch out.
Work out well, even though I did nothing wrong.
Yeah. Did I just hear the keys slam on the table? Oh, shit.
Right. Exactly.
There are times where if I'm up in the man cave, the studio, when all this stuff hits and I hear her come home in a bad mood, I'll just turn the light off and go step into the closet. Then when she comes up, she whips open the door. Oh, he's not up here. And then as soon as she goes down, she won't come back up. And I can turn the light on and keep working.
That's excellent. That's excellent.
There's that whole thing. I remember way back learning, you learn as a young man, men are fixers. And when their wife or girlfriend comes home and is bitching about something, the first thing we want to do is help. But what you really should do is just shut your mouth and let them talk.
Dude, I do that to my wife when she's mad at me, or like some, how they get sometimes. If she's mad at you Friday, come Saturday, she's still pissed off at you, Dude, I unscrew light bulbs. I unplug things. And it's like, oh, what's wrong? The light's not working. I unscrew all the light bulbs in the kitchen light, like over on a table, little chandelier, like 6 of them. She never
you come in like a hero. I love it. Man, I'm taking that. Man. I'm taking that one. Brilliant.
Unplug the TV, or if you got the little, the strip, the power strip, click the little power strip off. Trust me.
You should tell Matthew that. So in college, if his roommate's ever in a bad mood, for some reason, he should just undo all that stuff and be like, dude, chill. Let me just look. I'll see if I can fix it. I got you. Fix it. His roommate be all chilled out. Thanks, bro. You got it, bro.
You got it, bro. See, his roommate's 170 pounder wrestler. My son Matthew's 125. So I don't know if he wants to piss that kid off.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So I guess because they're both from New York, but he's a great kid. Great kid. So
125. What do you think in 4 years? You think he'll come out at least 150?
Well, he was telling us over the summer, because he got accepted last year, so we knew he was going to school there in like August. So and he goes, and he told us, he's like, I gotta be honest, I think I only want to wrestle for 2 years and then focus on my studies. And we're like, really? He's like, yeah. We're like, oh, well, we'll see how it goes. But I don't know, like there's in his weight, there's 7 kids in his weight class. And 2 of them or 3 of them, 2 or maybe 4 of them are like juniors and seniors. So they kind of stay, but he's grown a lot. My son Matthew was always really small, and now he's growing. Like William, like you guys met William.
Yeah.
If you see William 4 years ago when he graduated high school, his picture of him, we got him a car, he's like 2 inches shorter than me, and now he's like 5'9".
Wow.
So our kids are late bloomers, big time. So Matthew's taller than me now, so he's probably 5'8", and he's 125. But he's a rock. But who knows?
Late bloomers. So Billy, when are you gonna bloom?
I don't know. I'm still waiting for my testicles to descend.
Billy, that's a pretty.
I can't grow a beard. Thanks a lot. I shaved. What's today? Wednesday? Thursday?
Yeah.
What's today? I shaved Saturday. Look at
Of
me.
last year.
No, Saturday.
Wow.
Yes,
last year.
That's a pretty strong question coming from the guy sitting next to me whose inseam isn't any longer than Peter Dinklage's. So let us know your legs descend down.
That is true. That was your length. That is true. You
understand, God made me this way for a reason. So like in football, so I'm almost 6'1", right? And Billy knows how short my inseam is. That means I have a very low center of gravity. If I'm when I was in jiu-jitsu or when I was wrestling or in football, that low center of gravity comes in very handy. Just saying.
Sure.
Yeah. Everybody's made that way for a reason. Just sometimes it's a joke. No.
Can I share Dennis in college? Picture Dennis in college.
Of course you can.
Sure it is. Yeah, I can't wait to see this.
I can see the thumbnail. It looks just like him. Yep. That's he dressed like that that's funny. That's his Halloween picture one year.
Only I had a cape. Because unlike them, I like capes.
That's right. Hey, let's go through these tiers real quick.
Let's go through.
We've got the how do you pronounce your name?
Pavlichenko, which is
Pavlichenko bundle. So what's in that bundle?
Okay, so the Pavlichenko bundle, again, these books are going to be super limited, only to this campaign. I can't sell them to comic shops. I can't do any. I mean, if I have a few at cons, But sure. So you'll be able to get the Pavlichenko art edition. You get the Pavlichenko variant, which is if you can scroll, you'll see the silver nitrate variant.
Oh yeah.
And of course, you get the metal edition, and it's extremely limited. I don't even know how many medals we're doing. If it's like 15 or so, let's see how we're doing with selling wise of these. How many did we sell? Does it say?
Well, I was going to say you have to do. I don't know. Let me see.
Let me see if I get this perk myself. I'll see if I get it. They're doing really well, Debbie said.
Very nice.
Okay, well there you go.
Yeah. Anyway, so you get that, and you get them at a discount. As opposed to getting all them individually, obviously. So then you can scroll. You can get if you scroll back, Andy, you just get a regular edition. We have a digital edition out there again, as someone was asking for their what is this guy Joe Bernardo saying? Sorry, Penn State will get schooled by the Ohio Buckeyes. Shut up, Joe Bernardo.
Oh, I feel like we're at Heroes all over again.
I love it. Not in wrestling, that's for sure.
I love
but anyway, anyway, but I digress. So we have digital tiers. Of course, it's only $10 for digital. Then a regular edition, it's only $24. We've got the Pavlichenko variant, the silver nitrate variant, and then Andy Smith. We've thrown some she stuff out there. Why not?
No.
There we go.
Some nice she perks. All these things are from past campaigns that you can no longer get. You got the Great Renzini edition. You get a Sakura Moon. The 25th anniversary edition. We found we found 25 she 25th anniversary editions that were in a box.
No way. That's awesome.
You ever find like stuff in short boxes or anything?
Oh, yeah.
Oh my! And Debbie's like, "What the hell are these?" I'm like, "What?" It's like, "These are 25th anniversary books." I'm like, "I don't know." They sold out. Awesome. We told people we didn't have them. I'm like, "Well, all right. Well, I don't. What do you want me to do?"
Well, we got it.
Yeah. Whoops.
Yeah. So she's put it. So then she's put that on the campaign again. A lot of these rare things, very, very rare, very limited, really cool stuff. And again, if you guys could back it to help us out with the campaign. We truly appreciate it. It's a really cool story. I got to do the Rocketeer. Like I said, he's my favorite character. That Lyudmila Pavlichenko, that woman is amazing. So her actually took part in the first Russo-Ukrainian War of 1920.
Oh wow!
And he was a hunter. She's Ukrainian,
right?
And then when the communists took over and everything like that, she ended up getting volunteering and fighting for the Red Army. And in 1 year, good to see you, buddy. She killed over 300 fascist soldiers.
Dang.
Wow. And then they took her, and then she got wounded in a mortar attack. Then they basically said this woman's too valuable, to lose. So they used her for the propaganda effort. She ended up coming to the United States, meeting President FDR and meeting with Eleanor Roosevelt. And that may or may not open up a whole new storyline because, my God, what if the Nazis want to kidnap or assassinate?
So when she was doing that year that she did all that, what was she like? Just in her 20s or something?
She was 25 in 1942. Wow. 24 years old, 25. She was studying to be a school teacher. So she got married, as you do. She worked in a factory. But again, her father was a hunter, so she learned to shoot through him. She is add-on. No, there's she perks, bro. Nate.
Yeah, there's she perks. We scroll down.
Click
on the link. It's in the description. But yeah, look at all this stuff.
A lot of she perks of our limited stuff. Yeah, they're all very limited.
Yep.
Anywho, so yeah, she's 20. So she gets married. She has a child. She gets divorced from her husband. He was abusive. She ends up working in a factory, and she enrolls in the Kyiv University to become a history teacher. War breaks out. She ends up volunteering because she can shoot, and she becomes. You got to think. So you have Vasily Zaitsev. There was another Soviet sniper who fought throughout the entire length of the war, and they had like maybe 100 kills more than her. She got 309 kills in a year.
Oh my gosh!
And then, so we're talking. I talked to Scott Dunby. I've mentioned it to Jennifer. We'll see. Who knows if it'll happen? Because who knows what's going to go on with the publishing rights? IDW has it at least until April. But what a cool story that would be. The Rocketeer.
What do you think?
Forces again to save Franklin Delano Roosevelt from Nazis.
Do you know what, like, she was a sniper or
sniper? Yep.
Yeah.
So what do you think her average distance was from a shot? Do you?
Oh man, you got to.
Any idea? Or
well, in the city, it could be a lot closer, but at least I'd say the least amount, probably 300 yards.
And what type of gun would they be
Wow.
using? What would they be using back then?
She had a Mosin Nagant, which is a bullet comparable to our 30-06.
Okay.
Pre-World War I rifle she used with a
Wow.
scope. Badass, total badass. She ended up getting she ended up having a son, moved back home with her parents, raised as a single mother. She ends up getting remarried. Her husband gets killed in the war while she's her husband gets killed, and then she ends up becoming through her becoming a history teacher, a professor. She ends up staying in the Soviet Army. She ends up joining the Soviet Navy and retires as a senior researcher, which is equivalent to a major for the Soviet Navy. And she dies, and she has a stroke in 1974 and passes away as a hero of the Soviet Union.
1974. She wasn't that old then.
Nah, 58 years old. You know, they smoked and shit. And, you know how it is.
Wow.
58 years old. My age. She died when she was my age.
And war.
And war. You hear a story like this, you're like, why isn't there a movie about this chick?
I know there's got to be one. There's got to be a Russian film.
You think it would be awesome, a female sniper that time period? So it's not like they've got somebody measuring wind and all that bullshit that they have now. You know, they don't have.
Oh no, it's her. It's her. Like
they don't have rangefinders. None of that.
It's just her and doing all that.
Yep, it's her. You think of Enemy at the Gates and how hot was Rachel Weisz in that? I thought she was smoking.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
You know, they got to sit there and she'll be looking, and she has to look for like a shard of cloth hanging from a rusted old beam or something that's blowing to do windage. And but no, she was a killer, man. And she was like I said, extraordinary young lady, extraordinary. And you know, that's that. Dan, the great Dan Genovese wants to know, why is the Rocketeer your favorite character? Man, I don't know. I don't know if you saw the Rocketeer when it first came out from Pacific. That was also one of the. So I love the 40s. I love history, as you could tell.
Oh yeah.
You know, I know my pirates, Andy Smith, as you know.
Oh,
Andy,
I know.
Andy, can you name 2 female pirates?
I cannot. You sure as hell did.
Can you name one?
No, I cannot. I don't even remember from the show.
You don't even remember. Oh.
Mary something.
Mary.
I'm sure there's a
Mary Reed and Anne Bonny. Yep.
There we go.
Yep. So, anywho, yeah, they didn't know that, Aaron. What's up with that, bro? I won the bros.
So you got the Rocketeer when it first came out through Pacific? Well,
no,
you weren't into comics back then. You didn't discover it until when?
No, well, I was into comics. I got into comics. I started buying comics. But the better I got at art is when I moved away. So once I got into comics in college, I really got into 100%. I got into Frank Miller, you know, like in 1989, all of Miller's run, I fell in love with. Then I remember seeing the ads for the Rocketeer movie. And I'm like, what's Rocketeer? And they said, based on the comic. And I went to the comic shop and I'm like, oh. So I started buying up, you know, those books. And I just thought it was the greatest thing. My 2 favorite books were The Rocketeer by Dave, which was very rare, and Mark Schultz's Xenozoic Tales.
Oh yeah.
I just love that art. I was just like, oh my God, it's great. And I don't know, I love the 40s, I love the 30s, I love the whole time period. Jennifer Connelly.
Yes.
Oh, dude, oh my God.
Yep. She can do anything she wants.
Oh, okay. Fox and
no, shit, is it on Amazon? Is it Amazon Prime, so it's free by any chance? Do you know? I'll have to look it up.
Yeah,
that'd be cool.
She actually, if you go to my update, Andy, on my page, I don't know if you could do that. Go to updates. I write about it. And if you go to my updates and share it, you'll see. So I thought
I heard they were going to do a new like a relaunch of the Rocketeer. I don't know if that's still a go or if it was just like a rumor or not. But that'd be kind of nice. Except I expect they would probably make the Rocketeer a black female lesbian.
Yes, a little black girl, a little black kid, I think.
Yeah.
So that's
now
her,
the Rocketeer.
Yeah, that's Lamila. So I did a thing on her today. That's how I know all this stuff about her, but I knew about her anyway. But in the Battle of Sevastopol, so she actually fought in 2 battles. Well, she was fighting. She was in constant combat the whole time, but she She made her mark, if you will. Thank you. In the siege of Odessa and in the siege of Sevastopol. And by the end of Sevastopol, she had 257 kills.
Dang.
Just an animal, just a beast. And
Yeah.
she got a little postage stamp. I'd like to see an Aaron postage stamp, a Immortal Rising postage stamp.
I'd love to see that.
Wow.
Yeah, she was.
There we go.
You know, she was a handsome woman, I guess. You know, she's no Jennifer Connelly, but who is?
No,
Right?
but you could get an actress to play her, no problem.
Oh yeah, who cares? You think that they're gonna get, I don't know.
Get that Sydney Sweeney in there.
Get Sydney Sweeney to play her. That'd be great. Dirty her up a little bit. Put a little.
Oh, I'll dirty her up. Sorry.
Did you say Sydney Sweeney?
Yeah.
Well, Sydney Sweeney could play anybody, so
yeah.
Yeah.
She could lay back and then just put the rifle between her knockers and that idiot.
Sold.
But anyway, but yeah. So if you guys could support this campaign, like I said, it's very near and dear to my heart, and I think you're gonna love it. You're gonna love it. The book looks great, and it's going to be a quick campaign. Like I said, we'll start fulfilling this in November. It's going to go not next week because I got too much other stuff to do. Or maybe next week. Maybe you can go to the printer by the end of next week. If not, definitely the week after that.
Very cool. Yeah, I mean, I backed it. I know Dennis did. I love stuff like this. So guys, go check it out. It is posted. The link is posted in the description below, of course. I still have I've got a couple of the Rocketeer Pacific comics. I think the first thing I bought was that graphic novel that came out, and then I backtracked from there.
It was like that on the cover or something, and he's
Yep.
Yeah.
I love that. I mean, you know, him and Mark Schultz are like, there's the few guys that are illustrators that draw comics.
Yes,
you know,
and they're fantastic storytellers too.
Well, they are. That's the thing. They're great storytellers, but every panel's just. It's like Travis Charest. Every panel's just gorgeous. You know?
And I've been, you know, I was lucky enough to call Dave my friend, and we even came. I pitched him a Captain America Rocketeer story, and he loved it. And we went to Marvel with it, and Marvel basically wanted to talk to Dave, and Dave was sick at this time, and he didn't want to talk to them because Marvel still had not recognized that the Rocketeer, that Dave Stevens owned the Rocketeer. Shooter went after him because they had villains. I think they're in one issue called The Three Rocketeers.
Oh, no way.
Oh, really?
And they threatened to sue him. And Dave ended up spending like 20 grand of his own money to defending himself against Marvel. Once Disney got involved, Marvel went away, obviously. But they still never officially recognized that Dave Stevens is the sole owner of the Rocketeer. Didn't you say that there was talk too of a Rocketeer Superman or no? Yes, well, that was Dave's story. Dave had a great story. It's all revolves around October 30th, 1938, when Orson Welles did the H.G. Wells War of the Worlds broadcast, right? And how they both, Cliff Secord and the Man of Steel, end up converging on whatever part of New Jersey it was. I forget where. It's not Lakehurst, but something like that. And
Grover's Mill.
Who knows?
Grover's Mill, I think.
Grover's Mill. Yeah, you're dealing with morons at Marvel and DC.
Okay. That's too bad. I remember you talking about the Captain America one. That would have been great. Yep. And then that sounds fun. Dave and then by this time, Dave he was not feeling up to it. And he goes, well, Billy, I said, I will draw it in your style. And he goes, yeah, but I got to draw the faces. I'm like, yeah, you draw the faces. Of course. But sadly, it never came to pass. It also could be used. It also could have been a great Batman story. Sure. And I don't want to give it away because there's still hope for this story to be used somehow. I might maybe even able to do it with Miss Fury and him. Oh yeah, that'd be cool. So it's pretty cool. And
Dan Geneviese's asking, aren't they doing a new Rocketeer movie about a former Tuskegee airman? I heard something about that.
I don't know, but I think she's
there we
go. I think she's like the great granddaughter of a Tuskegee airman.
Oh, well, that's cool.
Yeah.
Well, guys, before we head at what's
Really,
he say?
you should do an art book about Captain
And the
the captain and the rocket.
Captain and the Rocketeer.
Yeah, I can't do that. I obviously I can't do it because I don't own that stuff. But maybe I could do a bio comic on the Captain and Tennille.
Oh yeah, there you go. I'll even give you the piano.
Love will keep us together.
Yeah, we are. So guys,
sing it.
Just one thing, I just wanted to say we might be in the wrong business. I know I'm not a huge gamer anymore, but you know, despite being nothing more than digital status symbols, Blizzard reveals players bought $150 million worth of Diablo 4 cosmetics. You want your character to have a blue hood instead of a green, or a cape, or you want different colored boots.
Pay us.
$150 million people paid for nothing more than costume stuff for their character.
So the makeup is not so what the cosmetics are just to change the looks of their particular characters.
Correct.
Yeah, the skin.
It has no impact of the game whatsoever. Doesn't give you bonuses to hit, to look. Your armor could have a different tint to it or a different symbol on it. Doesn't matter. But people spent $150 million of real money just to make their characters look different.
Dude, we are so in the wrong business.
Right?
I don't play, like, I'm so cheap. If I'm scrolling through Facebook and there's like an ad for an app, and I'm like, oh, that's pretty cool, and I click on it, the first thing I do, I scroll right down, I click on the necessary information, and if it says in-app purchases, I'm like, I'm good.
Yeah. Diablo tier is really favorite character. Yeah, he is awesome character. I agree, but doesn't matter. I mean, just for the looks, I'm just saying $150 million on one game just for cosmetics.
Yeah,
that's not paying add-ins, or that's not saying that they're buying a sword that does more damage or an axe you can throw or anything. That is just purely cosmetic.
But look at it like this. This is a worldwide game. What if there's like 200 million people that play it? It's really not that much then.
I hear what you're saying.
I mean, I get both sides of it. I'm just saying, if it was like only 1,000 people playing it, then you're like, these guys are idiots. But, you know, worldwide, you know, that many people playing it, I don't know.
Wow.
I wouldn't, like I said, I think I have one game on my phone, and it's a knockoff version of Galaga, you know, with the little ship going back and forth, just shooting stuff out. That's it. So I've never gotten into that stuff.
The game peaked at 200,000 characters at one players at one time.
Huh.
Looks like they average about 100,000, and as the game gets older, now it's probably about 50,000 people. But still, I'm saying
still impressive.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
That's where it's at. Where is that She video game?
Yeah, there it's.
No, the thing with She is that, you know, this is the time to do it. You know, if Asian female character,
she's got weapons.
Weapons.
I'm telling you, people would pay money just to have her change out a weapon, or to give her the bandana or something different. And then you get it in the retro style. Fragaboom and I, we both have the tank sticks. We can hook them up to the big TV, and we could play She on our big ass TVs. I'm telling you, you're missing a boat here.
I'm not
Lingerie.
No.
Imagine lingerie.
Yeah, she's the perfect character for this.
I know when Dennis said you could have people pay for her to change, I thought he was going to finish with out of her clothes. And I'm like, different type of game, Dennis. Different type of game.
Jeez. Oh well, what are you gonna do?
I know. Well, I know what we're doing. We're gonna show a little Kor-Drath, The Awakening, before we buzz on out of here for the day, so guys can go over to Aaron's Graybeard's auction coming up in about a half hour.
Heck yes.
Kor-Drath, The Awakening, guys. Dennis and I are back. I just finished off page 32, started page 33 today. 64-page graphic novel. Kor-Drath and Adriana are back battling the evils of Vordoom the Undying, the Necronite, Lilneth. They need to save the Shattered Reach. Finish page 32. That's how it's going. My colorist is up to page 24, 25, something like that. So we're chugging along nicely.
And on the D&D game module side, I sent out 3 copies to players, and I know one of them's in the chat today. They've gotten the copy of the beta, so they'll be test playing it. I'll be getting my feedback, and we'll be going from there. So that is moving along in the proper direction as well.
Everything is chugging along. Head on over to the campaign page. We've got multiple covers to choose from. My main cover by myself and Dan Lawless. Damn it, I hate it when it buzzes right back to the top. Hey
Dennis, when you get that, when you're ready to actually get that out there and market it, let me know, DM me on Twitter or something, because I also kind of hang around some tabletop guys, so maybe I could hook you up, get you on some shows.
Yeah, dude. I'll have Dennis. Dennis is the man there, so you guys can chat about it. That'd be great, because I mean,
that's what we did with the first one. The Mayhem in the Mirador Mountains, the same thing. It went out. They tested it. I got feedback. I changed a few things, went through the process, and then I got feedback, and a lot of great feedback. And I did pop a video on the DNA channel on my channel, because after this campaign's done, I will be moving over to Shadow Dark as my main campaign.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, they're all talking about Shadow Dark right now.
It's phenomenal. I bought the whole thing, and we're switching to it.
Very cool.
So guys, go check it out. The next stretch goal is at 60,000, and everybody will get the already unlocked goal of the Vordoom playable character card, and now everybody will also get a print of this beautiful cover for the game module by Bart Sears and Dan Lawless. So everybody can get that. We've got the CBCS signed and graded edition you can get. We know they're all going to come back in 9.4 or higher. So you can get that. The Ultimate Collector.
How does
Parody
that work?
ad is back.
If you don't mind, how does that work? Is there a tier that people actually can order a CBCS book?
Yes.
Then do you send like a case to CBCS and they pick out the best ones or something?
No, we pick them out.
Guys, I'm a comic book appraiser. That's one of the other things I do. So I like this last one. We sent in a dozen books, and I picked out the best ones out of the 12. We got 199, and all the rest were 98s.
Yep. So yes, we just sign them up. He picks out the best. We sign them, ship them. They'll send them back to us, and we'll mail them to you. So it'll take a little longer because we have to wait, obviously, for them to do their turnaround. Their turnaround's like 4 to 5 weeks, so it's not that bad.
No.
I remember we had thought about doing that when we first did our first campaign, 3 years ago, 4 years ago now, I guess. And they said it was going to take like 7 months.
CGC
that would have been the case.
Yeah,
mine was like 3 months. It took them a while.
Yeah, and that's even if you fast tracked it. CGC is kind of hit and miss with it. We've got a nice relationship. I like CBCS. I like both of them, but CBCS, we've got a nice personal relationship. They went out of their way. It's just like, for a book like this, they actually put it down that Kor-Drath and Adriana, this was their first appearances and stuff like that. Vordoom, they did all of that, whereas CGC probably wouldn't have gone out of their way to do it. So, that's why we kind of use them. They're just good.
Yep.
Yeah.
So go check it out, guys. Great add-ons. Kor-Drath the Awakening, the layouts, a whole book of my pencil layouts before I go to ink. We've got the manga black and white digest version of The Reckoning, the color digest version, which is a little bit bigger. They're both rated E for everyone. We've got the Kor-Drath minifigure in 3 different sizes that you can get. And of course, the collector's box, which if you don't get the tier that has the collector's box with all the books, you can get the box separately. So check it out. T-shirts are back. The new Bud Root poster featuring Adriana and Lilneth, the variant covers he did, 2 different sizes for the poster. Lots of great stuff. Links for all this stuff are in the description below. Go back, Immortal Rising, Rocketeer, and Kor-Drath the Awakening, guys.
Yeah.
Really appreciate it. And we appreciate our guests coming on today, even though one was a little tardy. That's okay.
Yeah, we call. It's like, why didn't you remind me last night, dude?
I thought I did when we saw. I thought before we bailed, I was like, I'll see you tomorrow, but that's okay. Oh, Paul Taylor for $10. I see Jennifer Connelly. Hail panel and chat. Another interesting show. Is Jennifer Connelly in the comic? She was at her hottest in the movie. I suppose not, because you have to pay extra to use her likeness.
Yeah, she is not. She is not in the movie. In the comic.
But that's okay. It's a beautiful looking book anyhow, so
yeah,
and just go out and get it. And we should be getting the Christmas Miracle Kor-Drath children's book back in a week or so we can start shipping those out to backers in time for Christmas. But until then, tomorrow night, Dennis and I are going to see a movie. What's the movie we're seeing?
Is Andy a racist?
That is not it. What's the movie we're seeing?
It is the controversial movie by Matt Walsh. Title being "Am I Racist?" That
You
way
are.
Andy cannot
What's the
say
name of the
anything.
movie?
Yes, there you go. I
Got
can
him.
only tee you up so many times, Andy. You're like a mulligan in golf. I'm just saying.
We are seeing "Am I Racist?" tomorrow night. It's gotten great reviews.
Yeah.
The reviews.
What's that, Billy?
Yeah, well, the ones who are actually reviewing it, it's good. Why? Because none of the critics are reviewing it. That's
right. Oh yeah, I know. I love it. I think it's fantastic.
Yeah, Jeremy Johns, one of my favorite movie reviewers. He actually reviewed it, and I didn't watch it yet. I will watch it after we do our review, because that way I'm not tainted. But apparently, because he removed it, he lost thousands of subscribers, and people were angry because he did his job and reviewed a movie.
That's his job. Yeah.
Right. He didn't endorse anything, apparently. He just reviewed it like he does everything. He is amazing. He's funny. I love that guy. And, I can't wait till we watch it, review it, so I can actually watch his to see if he thought the same thing I did or not.
They sent test screenings out to all the big reviewers and stuff. And Matt Walsh even showed on X screenshots where people wrote back, I'm not watching this. Why would you even waste your time sending this to me?
Yeah, right. And that just goes to show, like I said, you can't trust any.
And then four of the main people in the movie, Rob and D'Angelo being one, deactivated their X accounts.
I saw that.
Yeah, isn't that something? But I mean, we reviewed like Lady Ballers. Yeah. I mean, we'll review any movie. It doesn't matter which side, which way it leans. We will go see it. We'll just give it our honest opinion, and it's, did we enjoy the movie or not? I don't care. I don't need to push my political stuff, but we're just going to be honest. Is this a good movie or not? We'll find out tomorrow.
Yeah. So there you go. So that'll drop at 8 a.m.
Your thoughts.
And we'll be back next week at 3 p.m. We'll see you guys then. Everybody have a great night. Yeah. And it's dinner time.
Live long and prosper. And Transformers, we did the review. That'll be popping up tomorrow morning for the new series from Skybound Image.
There you go.
Thanks, guys.
Later.
Bye,